What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Michelle and it is a pleasure to have you here. Today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to recreate this extended double braided ponytail for your vacation. So if you clicked on the video, that means that you want to learn. You're going to go on a vacation, girls trip, or just simply on a solo vacation, and you want your hair out of your face. So if you want to learn how to recreate this look, just keep watching. Alright, you guys, now that your hair is brushed out, the first thing we're going to do is part our hair. So I always like a middle part. And then you're going to figure out how high or how low you want your braided ponytail. So I'm going to show you guys what a high braided ponytail would be. So as you can see, I personally went with a high braided ponytail, but you can go with a mid or even a low braided ponytail, but it all depends on the outfits that you plan on wearing and how you feel the most comfortable. And if you're somebody who has a lot of frizz like I do, or simply just a lot of baby hairs, make sure to use that wax to your advantage. That's what I personally use on my hair, so like that I can have it real smooth. And it does look a little shiny, but trust me, this is gonna allow your braided ponytail to last a lot longer. So as you can see, I'm simply just doing a ponytail. I'm making sure that I'm making it tight enough so like that it doesn't slip after you add some weight to your braids. Alright, you guys, so now that our hair is in a ponytail exactly where you want your extended braided to go, we now have to figure out what hair we have. Does it match? Because I honestly feel like my hair low-key doesn't match my hair, but hey, we're gonna try to make it work. I truly need a haircut, but the reason why I haven't gotten a haircut is because I know that I've been wanting to do an extended braid. And if your hair is too blunt, it can kind of like just stick out, or you won't be able to fully braid it down and have it lay nicely. Anyways, this is the hair that I've had here for a while now. My hair has just been too short, so I haven't used it. But I have the 2X Expression 48-inch hair. This pack is brand new. It's in color 27. The only thing with this is that this hair seems like it's a little bit ashier than my hair. However, I have different colors in here from previous braids that I've done. So yeah, let me organize this hair and then I will come back to really show you guys exactly what we have to do. So once you figured out what hair you're going to be using, if you're going to be mixing colors like I am, I like to separate them in half, put them back together, mix them around, separate them in half, and repeat the process multiple times. So like that the hair is a little bit more blended and it's not so chunky looking. Kind of like how it looks right now. But I'm going to continue to do this a couple more times, and once you've done that, then your hair is going to be ready to be applied. So once your hair is mixed, you want to go ahead and separate them into smaller sections so like that they're ready to go once you need more hair while braiding. And once that's done, what I'm going to do is actually split my ponytail into two, because I changed my mind, and instead of doing an extended braided ponytail with just one braid, I'm going to end up doing two. So you're going to put your hair to the side. Mine is short enough for me to just hold in my mouth, so I'm gonna do what you're not supposed to do. But hey, put it up in a bun, or just get it out of your way the best way possible. Once you do that, you're going to grab some wax and you're going to split that section into 3 so like that it's ready for you to braid. Make sure that you're applying the wax smoothly into each section and that everything is well saturated so like that once you start adding the hair, it doesn't kind of flick out of the braid. The wax that you're using can be sticky, so if you have to go back and grab a brush to smooth out each section, you can definitely do that. I would just recommend applying the wax as neatly as possible. So once your hair is smoothed out and in sections, you're going to begin your braid. So I'm going to try my best to explain this. And when you're creating a braid, you're going to grab the outside strands, tuck it over and under. So you're going to go over the middle and then you're going to go under the opposite side, right? And then you're going to go ahead and do the same thing with the other side. Go over the middle strand and go under the opposite side. Once you start creating this movement, I'm trying to show you there, grabbing the right side, going over the middle, but going under the left. Once you start repeating this process, you're going to end up with a braid. Now, to add the hair. This was a little tricky for me because I actually ended up messing up. I am not a pro at braiding with hair, but I, again, just am trying to finesse it. So what I figured out that was best for me was to add hair to the middle strand and to an outside strand. Preferably the outside strand that is not going to get looped over next, right? So whenever you stop to add a hair, add it to the middle, add it to one side, loop the opposite side, work with the side that you added hair to, and continue that process. At times, you're going to need some wax, so have it, nearby, and grab it whenever you feel like you need it. Continue this process all the way down until however long you want your braids. So you have to keep in mind how much hair you're going to be adding throughout the hair as well, right? Because I personally like my hair, well, my braids a little bit thicker at the top versus the bottom because naturally our hair gets thinner towards the ends. So when I first started my braid, I started adding a little bit of hair so like that I can mostly work with my personal hair. But towards the bottom, because at this point of the braid, my hair is no longer, my actual hair is no longer being braided. I have to add a little bit more just so like that it's not so thin and so that it's a little longer because I do want it a little bit past my hips. So continue to repeat the process over and over until your braid is long enough for you. So now moving on to the other side, you're going to repeat the same exact process. The only difference now, like I just showed you guys, you're going to leave a small section of hair out and you're not going to braid it. So like that at the end, once your braids are done, you grab that hair and then you're able to wrap it around your ponytail. So like that you can hide the rubber band, ponytail, scrunchie that you ended up using. Make sure to add the wax, saturate your hair pretty well, and then begin that braid. Once you feel like you've done at least like 3 to 4 loops, you can go ahead and start adding your braiding hair. So like that, we can start extending it starting from up high. So at this point, I'm just gonna go ahead and speed up the video just a little bit. So like that, you're not here all day. Just make sure to continue the same process over and over and over until your other braid is long enough and most importantly, the same length as the one that you already did. once you get to the bottom of the braid, try to use a rubber band so like that, you know, whatever you're using doesn't overpower the beauty of the braid. I always like to use a rubber band and keep some around just in case, you know, they pop when you boil your hair. Last but not least, that section that I told you to leave out before, you're going to go ahead and spray your got-to-be right where the hair is being wrapped. Spray it, make sure that it's saturated. Continue to wrap it around, continue to spray it, and let it dry like that. If you want to add a bobby pin there, you're more than welcome to. Today, I didn't use one. Because I'm hoping that since my hair is so thin at the bottom, it will just lay down and kind of glue itself. Now you know a braid is not done, or braids are not done if your baby hairs are not slayed. So now you want to grab your jam, grab a small brush, and start laying your baby hairs down to your liking. I like my baby hairs to be natural because everyone's baby hairs are actually natural, not so thick and heavy, but no judgment. However you like to wear them, go ahead and slay them, and then after that we will be ready to boil our braids so like that they can have some movement. All right, you guys, we are back. We have officially finished our extended double braided ponytail. Right now she's a little stiff. I haven't honestly even checked in the mirror from behind with another mirror to make sure that everything looks good, but I'm hoping that everything looks good because these braids are in and they're not coming out until like 4 days from now. So let's hope that it looks good. But right now, like I said, they are stiff. So what I'm going to do is boil some water, dip them really quick, dry them, and then come back to really trim these ends because yeah, the ends should not be looking like this. So let's go boil the hair. And then once we do that, we can put a little bit more mousse on top. So like that, all the little flyaways are tucked and you are ready for your vacation. Stiff, hold on. Stiff where? Hello. You have to boil your braid after you do it. So like that, they're soft and they have movement. Oh my god, you guys, you don't know how excited I am. I have been growing out my hair for almost a year now, and I have to say, it's been a long year. Okay, let me put some more mousse in it so like that it can be real shiny, and then we'll be done. All right, you guys, and there you have it, your extended double braided ponytail for your vacation, because this is the perfect hairstyle. One, you can dress it up, you can dress it down. It's a statement piece because I mean it's touching my and excuse me, I totally moved the camera, but it's just great because if you're gonna get in the water, if you're gonna be out and about, like, you don't have to worry about your hair. You wrap it at night, you wake up, your hair is done. All you gotta do is worry about your makeup, especially if you're gonna be sharing bathrooms, because you guys know how some vacations, maybe you have to share a bathroom, maybe you don't have your own one. So it's time to save money, because the hair is really only like what, like $5 to $7 depending on the length that you get. But yeah, there you have it. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I know that I might not be the best at explaining things, but I hope you understood. I hope that you're able to do it, and if you do it, let me know. Send me some pictures because I want to see. Have an amazing day, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.